What's good? It's Jordan. Today, I'll be talking to you about destroying your old identity. See, what we have to all understand on this mission, this path, and this journey is when you are in your transitioning period, changing your mindset, changing your life, focusing on yourself and being the better version of yourself in a positive way. There's going to be people, places, and things that stop you from being the better version of yourself and trying to bring you back to your old identity. What we must understand is we have to keep moving on, moving forward, and moving ahead. Your old identity is the identity that had less experiences, was less knowledgeable, was less wise, did not have the tools that you may have now. With experience is the best teacher. And what we have to understand is through every experience that we may go through in this life, it preps us to be the best version of ourselves. When you are more knowledgeable within yourself, within your mind frame, within the perspective of your own personal life, and you've come into a new identity, do not let nobody destroy that or take that away from you. Because here's the thing, when you change your life and change yourself, there's going to be all these many various different things that may be negative to try to stop you from being the person that you are today. We have to understand that that is the enemy using people, places, and things to try to destroy you. In this life, we have to all understand that we've all been through many various different experiences that may have been negative within the past. Within this present life and within the future, if you have changed, so to speak, because let's keep it honest here, it's not easy to change. It's not an easy thing to do. But if you have changed, if you know you've changed, if you know that you change yourself for the betterment of yourself, and you want to live in your new identity, you can live in your new identity. What we also have to understand that is if you're living in your new identity and you are authentically living within your new identity, give yourself applause for that. But if it's only to be performative, so to speak, then there's just some things that you need to work on. We have to understand that when you're living in your new identity, it cannot be performative and it cannot be for an image. When it is performative and when it is for an image, people see through that. People know when you are being authentic. People know when you're being real. People know when you're being honest. And when you're being real, authentic, and being honest, at least you know within yourself you're being authentic, and that person knows you're being authentic. We have to understand in this life, many various different people value many various different things. And if somebody is being real and being honest with you, all you can do is take those experiences and take that within your own personal life and use it in your own personal life. You know, within this life today, we have the ability to understand ourselves and understand the life that we want to live. And time again, there's going to be situations that try to stop you from being your authentic self. What you can do is bypass it and look forward, look ahead, and look at yourself, look at your life, and believe that you are the person that you say you are. Nobody knows you better than yourself. We have to understand as well, too, if we do not know ourselves, we have the ability to focus and work on ourselves and know and understand ourselves. If we're constantly around the wrong groups of people, places, and things, and we're trying to change, we're never going to make that change. But if we place ourselves around the right things, the right group of people, people who help us, encourage us, uplift us, want us to be the best versions of ourselves in this life, then we have a far much more better and easier opportunity changing and a smoother transition, encouraging and influencing ourselves in the positive way and encouraging and influencing others in a positive way as well. So in this life, what we must understand and look at is the ability to grow, the ability to be strong and steadfast, and the ability to look at ourselves and our lives is important, because in the past, we might have not looked at ourselves and our lives as any importance. But I know as people start to come within themselves, their careers, their other pursuits and other endeavors, they may look at themselves more as a valuable individual now. And at the end of the day, we have to understand that the person that you were yesterday may not be the person that you are today. And what you and what we all have to understand is through it all, if you changed for the better, give yourself an applause, because others aren't going to applaud you for that. If others aren't doing the work and wanting to change and wanting to do the right things, and you're the person that wants to change and do the right thing, people aren't going to like that, because it reveals something that they may need to work on within their own selves. So at the end of the day, what we have to understand is no one is going to care for your life like you care for your life. Only you, but God. We have to understand these things, because in this life, we only have one life. And that one life that we have to use it in a way that is helping our growth and helping other people's growth. Nonetheless, there's going to be times where where we all feel like we can't do it. We all feel like this isn't for us. But off of the whole, off of the rip, if we are looking at ourselves, looking at our lives, and constantly looking at the changes that we made within our own personal lives and looking at how far we've come, we have the ability to hold ourselves accountable in a positive way where we're happy for ourselves, because sometimes we overlook the changes within ourselves and the changes within our own personal lives, and we may look at it in a way where we may not look at it as anything important. But always evaluate yourself and always evaluate your life. How were you a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and so on, right? Look at those changes. And if you have changed for the better within those years, look at that as a positive thing. But if you haven't changed in those years, look at it as something that you can change today. You can evaluate yourself today. You can learn today. You could grow today. You can make those changes today for the better, because we all have the ability to make those changes for the better within our own selves and within our own lives. So today, I want to leave you with this scripture, and I hope that this scripture can help us all in our daily personal lives today. Romans 12:2. And do not be conformed to this world any longer with its superficial values and customs, but be changed as you mature spiritually by the renewing of your mind, focusing on godly value and ethical attitudes, so that you may prove for yourself what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect. I hope within your own personal daily life, you understand the importance of change. You understand the importance of growth. You understand the importance of living in a positive way, because there's going to be many various tests that stop us from living in the positive way that we're supposed to live. And at the end of the day, we cannot stop for anybody. We have to understand the goal, the mission, the passion, the purpose that we have within our lives today. and use that in this life to encourage us to be better people on a daily basis. I want to thank you for watching today. Peace.